15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's get right into it. Preparation is procrastination wearing a suit. Because there's a version of procrastination that almost nobody wants to admit. Because it does not look lazy. It looks intelligent, careful, and responsible. It looks like research, planning, improving, refining, adjusting, learning, and making sure that when you finally move, you will do it properly. That is what makes it so dangerous. Nobody feels like they are avoiding their life when they are sitting with a notebook, a spreadsheet, a course, a business plan, a new routine, or a beautiful structured idea. Preparation gives you the emotional feeling of progress without forcing you to face the risk of actual progress. You get to feel serious without being tested. You get to feel ambitious without being measured. And you get to feel like someone who is building something even when nothing has actually left your head and entered the world. And sometimes, tribe, without realizing it, you begin to feel superior to the person who tried and failed. You look at the person who launched too early, spoke imperfectly, posted the first messy version, asked a question before they had the perfect wording, or stepped into the room before they fully felt ready. And you quietly think, I would never do it like that. But underneath that judgment, there may be something uncomfortable. They have something you do not have yet. They have evidence. So what's the problem here? The problem is not preparation itself. Preparation matters. A wise person prepares. A professional prepares. A mature person thinks before they act. There's nothing noble about rushing into something without thought, structure, or responsibility. The issue begins when preparation stops serving action and starts replacing it. That is when preparation becomes procrastination wearing a suit. Many people do not say, I'm afraid. They say, I just want to do it properly. They say, I need to understand a little more. They say, I'm still working on the foundation. They say the timing is not quite right yet. That's the things that I hear when I coach entrepreneurs, people that want to do a startup. Sometimes those statements are true. Sometimes more information is needed. Sometimes the foundation is weak. And sometimes the waiting is wise. But I recognize often those sentences are fear dressed in professional language. Before you act, everything is still possible. Your business could work. Your book could be powerful. Your body could transform. And your relationship could change. Your leadership could even improve. Your confidence could finally arrive. Before you act, your potential remains untouched by evidence. And that's the point. Action changes that. Action brings your fantasy into the real world and asks it to prove itself. It removes the protection of theory. It exposes the gap between what you imagine you can do and what your current behavior can actually deliver. That is why so many people stay in preparation for far too long. They are not only afraid of failure, they're afraid of losing the identity of being someone who could have succeeded. What is the cost and consequence here? What currency are we bleeding? The cost of endless preparation is not only lost time. The deeper cost is self-trust. Every time you tell yourself you are preparing, when you know you are avoiding, you weaken your relationship with your own word. You say, this is the week, but part of you no longer believes you. You say, I'm serious now, but your nervous system has heard the speech before. That is what procrastination really damages. It does not only damage your schedule, it damages your self-respect. Confidence is not built from motivational language. Confidence, tribe, is built from kept promises. When your life becomes full of promises you make to yourself and quietly abandon, you do not only lose momentum, you lose credibility with yourself. And trust me, that shows up inside of you, in your soul, there where it really hurts. This is why preparation can become emotionally addictive. It gives you the feeling of movement without forcing you into the discomfort of proof. You can research fitness without training. You can study business without selling. You can plan the book without writing. And you can talk about healing without changing the behavior. You can analyze your patterns without interrupting them. You can keep refining the life you want while your actual life remains almost exactly the same. And that's what I see so many times. And eventually, you become someone who understands transformation, but is strangely untouched by it. You know the frameworks, you know the psychology. You can explain the fear, you can name the resistance, and you can describe the breakthrough. You can sound deeply self-aware and still wake up tomorrow repeating the same avoidance. And in order to prevent that, I will give you a 5-step toolkit. Use it, change your life. Now is the time. You can either walk away motivated or you can take this and put it into action. The choice is yours. Number 1, separate preparation from avoidance. The first move is to ask yourself one honest question. What action is the preparation supposed to make possible? If you cannot answer that clearly, you may not be preparing, you may be hiding. Real preparation has direction, tribe. It makes a decision cleaner, a conversation stronger, a launch sharper, a performance better, or a risk more intelligent. Avoidance keeps moving the finishing line. Before you prepare further, name the action that must follow. If there is no action attached, then the preparation is not building momentum, it is giving fear something respectable to do. Step number 2, define the minimum public move. Many people stay stuck because they think execution has to be big, polished, and impressive. It does not. You do not need to launch the entire business. You need to make the first offer. You do not need to write the whole book. You need to write the first imperfect page. You do not need to transform your whole body. You need to train today. That's what matters. The minimum public move is the smallest action that creates contact with reality. It may be a message, a call, a post, a pitch, a payment request, a draft sent to someone, or a decision communicated. The point is that it must leave your head and enter the world. Step number 3, put a deadline on learning. This is a big one, tribe. Learning without a deadline can become an addiction. There will always be another expert, another method, another strategy, another angle, and another reason to wait. Your brain can always find more information if its real agenda is to delay exposure. So give preparation an expiry date. Decide how long you will research, plan or improve, and then act. Say, I will work on this until Friday, and then I will send it. Say, I will prepare for 1 hour, and then I will make the call. A deadline turns preparation from a hiding place into a runway. Number 4, make evidence more important than ego. Your ego wants perfection, but your future needs feedback. Those are not the same thing. If your ego is in charge, you will delay until the work feels flawless. If evidence is in charge, you will act sooner because you understand that reality is the teacher. The market will teach you, the audience will teach you, the conversation will teach you. And trust me, the first attempt most probably will bruise your pride. But it will sharpen your intelligence and you can protect your ego and stay theoretical, or you can collect evidence and become stronger. That's the key. Step number 5, build a proof ritual. At the end of every day, ask yourself, what did I prove today? Not what did I think about, not what did I intend, not what did I prepare. What did I prove? Did you prove that you can keep a promise? Did you prove that you can move before feeling ready? Did you prove that you can handle imperfect action? Or did you prove that you can face discomfort without turning it into drama? This question matters because it forces your life out of imagination and into evidence. And why does this matter, tribe? What is the deeper meaning here? At the deepest level, endless preparation is not really about productivity. It is about identity protection. The prepared person can still feel impressive because they have not been tested yet. They can still believe that when the time comes, they will be exceptional. But the person who acts has to meet themselves. They have to meet their current skill level, their current courage, their current discipline, their current emotional maturity, and their current ability to handle rejection, boredom, uncertainty, criticism, and responsibility. And you can carry on with the list. That can feel humiliating, but it is also freeing. You cannot improve a fantasy. You can only improve evidence. You can only refine what exists, and you can only strengthen what has been used. You can only build confidence from something your life can point to and say, there, I did that. And that's as simple as it gets, tribe. A person spends 6 months preparing to start a business. They build a brand, adjust the website, research competitors, watch videos, and keep refining the offer. Then one day, they realize they have not actually asked one person to buy anything. The issue was never the business plan. The issue was the fear of finding out whether the market wanted what they had. And that is a real coaching scenario, someone I help with. And another person kept saying they want to write. They buy notebooks, take courses, save quotes, plan chapters, and talk about the book they are going to write one day. Then they see someone with less experience publish a messy first article. Their first instinct is judgment, but underneath the judgment is pain, because the messy article has something their perfect plan does not have. And that is that it exists. And that's where the difference sits, guys. That's the truth. That's what matters right here. Let me give you some advanced strategies. One of them is to start measuring exposure instead of perfection. Most people measure whether the work feels good enough, but that is unreliable because fear is rarely satisfied. Measure contact with reality instead. How many conversations did you start? How many offers did you make? How many drafts did you send? How many uncomfortable moments did you enter? Exposure is the bridge between potential and proof. And another powerful move is to create a failure quota. Decide in advance how many imperfect attempts you are willing to make. 5 pitches, 3 difficult conversations, 10 pages written badly, 2 public posts, and 1 uncomfortable request. When failure becomes part of the process, it stops feeling like a verdict. The Stoics would say voluntary discomfort, and that's where the secret sits. Also, stop confusing polish with progress. Polish is useful when something already exists. But if nothing exists yet, polish is often avoidance. Create first, improve later. Iteration speed, guys. That's what you call it in business. Reality cannot respond to the thing still hidden in your head, or hidden in your warehouse, or hidden in your plans and your strategy. Let me give you a weekly challenge. This week, choose one thing you have been preparing for and tell yourself the truth about it. Name the real action you have been avoiding. Define the smallest public move, set a 40-hour deadline, and take the action before you feel ready. And afterwards, you write down what reality taught you. And that is exactly what you're going to do. It's powerful. You can thank me later. Not what your fear predicted, not what your insecurity imagined, not what your ego hoped would happen. Write down what reality actually taught you. That is the shift. You stop worshipping preparation and start respecting evidence. That's it. And my call to action as per usual, if you know someone that needs to hear this, and I can guarantee you know at least 3 people that need to hear this, please copy the episode link, share it on Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, TikTok, wherever you communicate. This needs to get out there, and someone in your circle needs to hear it. So help me grow the tribe, subscribe, leave a review, send me a fan message, not because you're my fan, but give me feedback, episode suggestions, something like that, and I would really appreciate that. And before we close, a special thank you to our sponsor, Doc Marty Mushrooms, for supporting this episode and the work we do here on the Success Blueprint. If you are serious about building a life that demands clearer thinking, better energy, and more consistent performance, then you also have to take care of the body and mind that carry the ambition every day. If you use the discount code DAN20, DAN20, then you can get a 20% discount on your first purchase. So head over to docmarty.com, leave some love. Marty is as passionate about people as I am about you. So go over there, leave some love. And in closing, guys, preparation is not the enemy. Preparation becomes the enemy when it allows you to feel superior to the person who had the courage to try. Because the person who tried and failed is not beneath you. They may actually be ahead of you. They have data, they have feedback, they have scars, they have proof. If they keep going, they will eventually become the person you are still imagining yourself to be. So stop polishing the version of you that never risks anything. Stop hiding behind strategy. Stop calling fear preparation. At some point, the plan must become a move. At some point, the notebook must become a decision. At some point, the course must become a conversation. And at some point, the dream must survive contact with the world. That's what's going to get you move forward. And that is great. And maybe the first attempt will be messy, tribe. Messy is real, and real is where your life finally begins to change. And that was it, a powerful and quick one. I hope that you have a fantastic week and that I see you on Thursday on the Executive 5. I hope that you are powered, that you go out there and change the world. Use this as a first step, and I see you on the next 15-Minute Monday. This was Daniel Craig Johnson, your host on the Success Blueprint, with my promise, I'll be back. Take care.